What's good, y'all, man? It is your boy Sniper Kicks, and today's video, man, is gonna be super interesting, man. It's gonna be a great video for discussion. But as all you guys know, Nice Kicks, made an Instagram post about how retro Jordans were sitting everywhere in China. And a lot of my subscribers ended up hitting me up like, Sniper, you gotta go to China. Look at all these shoes that are sitting. Because of course, Sniper loves to buy bricks. So like, man, you gotta go there, jokingly. And when I saw the picture, I was like, okay, that's interesting. But, the light clicked right away why those shoes are sitting in China. And I also have a basketball teammate that I played in college with in China as well. And he told me that Jordans sit there as well. So, in this video, we're going to talk about, exactly what's happening. And I believe 2022, a lot of retros will be sitting in the USA as well. And I'm going to tell you why that is going to happen. So let's get right into the video. As you guys know, 2020 mayhem happened. That pandemic happened. And that really screwed up a lot of things in the sneaker industry. Number one, it was so much harder to get shoes because the world was shut down. And, now the supply was even lower because, of course, Nike gets their stuff overseas. They don't make their shoes here. They make them in the eastern part of the world because they can have, more profit margin doing that. So, of course, when something like COVID shuts down, the world shuts down, sneakers are basically on the back burner. Sneakers on the back burner. And, during that time, as you know, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people had to go in unemployment. A lot of people just had to find a hustle to make some money because, as you know, a lot of people that had corporate jobs just got furloughed or they end up being fired because, with COVID, a lot of things weren't, ramping up. So, that forced a lot of people to resell. I know a lot of new resellers, based on COVID. Let's call them the COVID resellers. So, now the sneaker industry, there is a lot more resellers. A lot more people learned how to buy because they had so much free time during COVID. So now, getting sneakers was very tough. There's limited sneakers because of COVID, and there's a lot more resellers and botters. So that equation plus put those two components, add them together, it's going to be super hard to get sneakers. You have to remember, back in 2019, before COVID, you can go on Nike.com and just get a retro Jordan. You can have a swoosh account, nobody that works at Nike, and get the retro for $120. Now, those days are over. Sneakers app sells out. Go into a store, sells out. So it's like, man, what is going on? So, that's the first equation. And why I'm going to talk about why I believe 2022, these are going to be sitting in the USA, not only China. So let's look at the shoes that are sitting in China. Let me pull it up. As you know, Lightning 4s. We're going to talk about Lightning 4s a lot in this video. But you see in the picture, Lightning 4s, Shattered Backboard 5. These are retro Jordans that would have sat 3 years ago. So there's no surprise. You have the Jordan 5 Oreos. Okay, you have the Taxi 12, not really the Taxi 12, but the one with the gold, bracket on there. You have the Jordan 6 Low. Man, those look like the Gatorade Jordan 6 Lows, but they came out. I forgot when they came out. Of course, you have a couple Jordan 1s there. You have the Jordan 11 IE Bread Lows. You have the Electric Greens. You have mids. Okay, you have the McDonald looking Jordan 1s, the Red Fusions. You have the Jordan 5 Bluebirds. Okay. So you see, they have like regular GRs. Of course, there's a little bit of stuff that is okay, but regular GRs just sitting. And that was happening before COVID. That's not a shock that regular GRs were sitting, but just the state that we're in, times have changed that all this stuff would never sit, basically in the US. Just looking at more pictures, I'm seeing the prototype sitting. I see Jordan 5 top 3 sitting. I see Jordan 12 Obsidian sitting. Like, you see a lot of stuff sitting. So that begs the question, like, does China not like sneakers? Is China, there's no resellers in China? That's why I keep on getting people say, hey, China must not have that many resellers because they would have grabbed them. So China does have resellers, not as much as the US was. Like I said, everybody turned to reselling during COVID. There were so many resellers during COVID. So now I'm going to give you guys a few factors that are going to play in Jordans, end up sitting 2022, because these factors right here, made Jordans ended up selling out really, really quick. The number one thing I want to talk about is, of course, unemployment. A lot of people were, bagging the unemployment checks. They were bagging, so they were able to, focus on reselling as a side hustle. Now unemployment is starting to slow down, and you see the retros are not going as they were before. And, once the unemployment, is over with, people are going to starting to have to get jobs, because trust me, to resell full time is tough. You have to be very consistent. You have to have a brand. You have to be able to scale a business, basically. And everybody that resells is not going to be able to do it in full time. So a lot of people are going to cut back on resale. I already see it happening right now. A lot of people are stopping to resell because they got to get jobs now, because unemployment is not, coming anymore. Another thing I want to talk about is the shipping crisis, the supply chain crisis. Right now, the supply chain crisis made everything come late. Everything was coming late. Carmine 6s. Those things came so many restocks, so many restocks, so many restocks. Utility 12s, so many restocks, so many restocks. Lightning 4s. Bruh, I see these every single week. They had to make at least 500,000, of these pairs. But you see, a lot of them came late. Imagine all the Lightnings coming on time. They would have been so easier to cop. So the supply chain is really messed up. A lot of things regarding, people copying pairs. But, according to a lot of, experts, the supply chain crisis is going to end towards the end of 2022. So pairs are going to come on time, meaning that there's going to be a larger quantity at once. So more Jordans are going to sit. So as you can see, these factors, those two factors in particular, are going to change 2022. So a lot more retros are going to sit on the market, just like they are in China. And as you see, China doesn't have the supply chain crisis. All the shoes are made in China, so China gets their full stock once they get the shoe. It's not like, hey, late shipments everywhere in China. I'm like, bruh, the factory is 2 miles away. That's why a reason why China, has all those retros sitting is because they get all their pairs on time. And of course, they have resellers as well, but not as abundant as the US. And by 2022, there will be less resellers in the US, because at the end of the day, a lot of people went to reselling because they had to during COVID. Same thing, a lot of people did Uber Eats, DoorDash, all that stuff during COVID because they just had to make money, and people did the same thing with reselling. Expect a big change 2022, and I want to hear everybody in the comment section, because this is my opinion. This is not factual. This is not, guaranteed to happen. But just from observing every single thing that's happened since 2020 all the way, it's almost 2022, I came to the conclusion that retros are going to start sitting more 2022. Yes, the hype retros, Jordan 1s, all the, really hype stuff is going to sell out really quick. But just the regular Jordan 3 and the Jordan 5 and the Jordan 6 will not sell out fast, and they're going to just be sitting on shelves for a while. And hey, it might go on sale. You just do not know. But you see at the times that we're in, no Jordan goes on sale. The Nike outlet, you still got to pay full price. But I see it towards the end of 2022. Times are going to change, and I really want to hear your opinion on this. I've been getting a lot of messages about China and how the retros are sitting everywhere, and I believe it's going to go back to 2018, 2019, how it was. Because, man, things are going to go back to normal. And I believe the sneaker culture, the whole sneaker, world will go back to normal as well. Appreciate you guys watching this video, man. I just wanted to make this video for a discussion point to see what people think is going to happen in the future. Because I'm telling you, reselling, was on an all-time high during COVID. But I see it going down. I see not so many people reselling. And also, you already know the tax laws are going to go into effect. And, that's going to deter people from reselling as well. And I just feel like Jordan's going to sit on shelves, towards 2022, towards the end. So we will see. Really appreciate you guys for watching the video. Sniper Kicks out. Peace.